Good evening, fighters, and welcome to a brand new episode of TNF, the True North Fighters podcast, with ya boys, K9 Calamity. This is Wolfpack reporting for duty.
This is Shamar the Dragon Fox coming in.
And this is Sparrow signing on today.
And we got quite a bit to cover, news-wise. We also have a brand new epic discussion topic coming your way. And we have some more wacky dream rosters, as per usual. So with that said, Pharaoh, I believe you have a very important announcement to make.
That is indeed correct for all of you. I'm assuming all of our fans of Dragon Ball Sparking Zero. There is going to be a summer showcase that is hosted by Bandai Namco on the 5th of July during the Anime Expo in Los Angeles, California. Apparently, they're promising that it's going to be heavy with announcements, reveals, and some first looks of anticipated games in the anime genre. Apparently, it's supposed to last over an hour and is slated to begin at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, or at least if you're actually there at the venue, it'll be 5:30 p.m. Pacific Time. There will definitely be another look at Dragon Ball Sparking Zero, because it's one of those. It's going to be something that'll be really really fun, right?
Oh, absolutely, man.
Indeed.
In addition to that, there's also Gundam Breaker 4, and apparently something about Sword Art Online Fractured Daydream that that'll be there for fun to enjoy, right?
Absolutely.
Yep.
It's gonna be it's gonna be a good one, that's for sure. So chances are, for those who are not going to be at Anime Expo, the summer showcase is probably going to be streamed live on YouTube. I think it'll probably be live streamed through Bandai Namco's channels. Could probably also be streamed through IGN's channel. We'll pretty much just have to wait and see. And if I remember correctly, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe the article that we looked at for this said that the announcement was going to take place on July 5th, correct?
Yep, that's when the presentation is going to take place.
Awesome. So make sure everybody marks that down in their calendars. July 5th, that is next Friday. And it is going to be, depending on where you are, if you're on the West Coast, 5:30 p.m. Pacific. If you're on the East Side, like we are, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time. And those in Europe, if we have any European listeners, you guys are going to be in for a very late night, because I believe for British Standard Time, it's going to be about 2:30 in the morning.
Boy, that's an early one.
Yeah. And for what would be CEST? What would that time zone be?
That would be the Central European Standard Time, and they'll be having it at 3:30 in the morning.
Okay, there we go.
Boy, that is,
so
that is a very, very long time to be.
You might as well just sleep and wake up early for that.
Right? So if we have any European listeners, that's a big heads up there. Again, 2:30 a.m. British Standard Time, 3:30 a.m. Central European Standard Time. So just remember that. Summer Showcase presented by Bandai Namco at Anime Expo in Los Angeles, California, July 5th. So thank you very much for that announcement, Pharaoh. And now we shall dive into some newsworthy topics. First and foremost, I want to touch on the MK1 news that we brought last week in regards to the delay for the Farah cameo coming out. I mentioned June 23rd, but at the time of recording today is June 23rd. And I went back and looked at the tweet again from Mortal Kombat's official account, and it actually says July 23rd. which
okay.
yeah, so it's not obviously not happening today. A month from now is when Farrah's going to be coming out as a cameo, and that's good for us because that also coincides with Takeda's release for early access. So we'll be getting a 2-for-1 on July 23rd.
Nice.
So if you don't already have it marked down in your calendars, it is Tuesday, July 23rd, when both Takeda and Farrah will be releasing in early access. As per usual, there will be a lengthy maintenance break to make sure that both characters are implemented into the game. Chances are the servers are probably going to be down for a good few hours, probably several hours. So just be patient while waiting for the maintenance period to end. But yes, just wanted to clear up that mistake I made last episode. I said June 23rd, not July 23rd. So make sure you guys remember that. July 23rd, Farrah as a cameo, and Takeda coming to the main roster, both releasing on July 23rd for early access. And that's not all we have either for our AAA titles. As far as Street Fighter 6 goes, we already have a character guide for M. Bison that has been released courtesy of Capcom themselves. So, Shimaro, Pharaoh, I want to get your thoughts on wanted to get your opinions on the character guide for M. Bison for Street Fighter 6.
You want to go first, Sparrow?
Maybe not today. I will go first this time.
Okay, well, I will go. I gotta say, looking at just like the skimming I've done of the character guide, M. Bison, holy god, this guy is a freaking beast. I can definitely see echoes of Ed in his moveset.
Definitely.
Which is kind of obvious, given that Ed, it was supposed to be like a new body for Bison, but definitely he's definitely like if I had to compare the two, Ed is definitely like the kind of like the faster, more agile fighter. While Bison, he tends to be a bit slower, but definitely hits harder.
Yep, I could definitely agree there. The movement, I think that's definitely due to like their respective statures. But like not only that, but you know, Bison naturally he's heavier, he's got a lot more muscle on him. Nonetheless, though, despite his movement being slower, definitely makes up for it with the damage from his attacks. And boy, oh boy, it's probably not going to be too long before we start seeing him in tournaments. Like, heck, EVO North America in Vegas is coming up in a few weeks. And you know what? With Bison actually coming out, let's see, I believe on the 26th, so that's 3 days from now, on June 26th, that could actually be the first time we see M. Bison in competitive play. So I'm very curious to see who's going to be taking Bison onto the battlefield. Interested in seeing which characters are going to be matching up against Bison. It's going to be absolutely insane when we see what happens with EVO.
Indeed, like I can definitely see this guy being like definitely something that's at least half the players who want to get a tryout for EVO, because like his attacks are just literally explosive, and he does seem to have like some decent like he has some AoE attacks, it looks like, and then he also has some decent rushdown moves.
Yeah, he is going to be a hell of a nightmare to play against. And probably one of the matchups I'm most excited in seeing, if we do get the opportunity to see it at EVO, is M. Bison versus JP, because both of them, like JP uses, I guess, kind of similar moves, And like JP is obviously, an evil dude. He's like the new antagonist, so to speak. Maybe a
Dude,
minor
what are you saying?
antagonist.
Similar moves like that, like they are nothing alike. Like M Bison's always like a more hands-on dude. Well, JP is definitely more of a zoning trap setter.
Okay, yeah, good point. So they're not
I
the
mean,
same, but
because he has like the like that. I just have that one move where he like has like this like the energy spears behind his opponents. So definitely more of a zoner. M Bison is maybe not rush down, but definitely like a hand-to-hand mix-up fighter.
definitely, I could definitely see that. But yeah, with all the shenanigans, that you can pull off with both Bison and JP, that's gonna be a really interesting matchup to watch. Depending on if we do end up seeing that happen, whether it be in the last chance qualifiers, in the group stages, in the finals bracket, you never know. But
I
yeah.
honestly like. I think if we get any JP or M Bison players like past last chance qualifiers, that'll be impressive because like looking back at the Capcom Cup X tournament, like all it really came down to was between Luke and jury players. Let's
Yes,
be
that's
honest.
right. Unfortunately, there weren't any JP players that made it into the finals bracket, so that did kind of suck.
Well, no, we
Especially
did see one.
considering.
We did see one. I think I forget who it was, but I know that one player in that top 16 was playing a JP, but he didn't
Oh
last too
shoot, that's
long.
right. Yes. Also, the
Yeah.
fact that they were also blaring JP's theme over and over again at the venue. So I mean, that really kind of rubbed some salt into the wound for all of those JP mains who didn't get to see that much action at Capcom Cup X. But
Indeed,
regardless,
we can't forget that there are definitely some hardcore Bison mains out there. So who knows? Maybe him being added in might switch things up, and who knows? He could be a new top tier character. For all we
oh,
know.
it's very very possible, very possible. So we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. But yes, the character guide for M Bison has already been released thanks to Capcom. And remember, Bison will be available to play 3 days from now. So by the time this episode goes up, he will already be made available to play as. So definitely, especially for those who are going to be competing at Evo, and if there are some of you out there who are Bison mains, I can definitely guarantee that a lot of them are going to be labbing Bison like no tomorrow, ahead of their trip to Vegas.
Indeed, I will concur. Anyway, moving on to some other Street Fighter news. For those of you who live under rocks, who did not see the most recent Into the Direct, I know Pharaoh is one of those. But moving on to other Street Fighter stuff, it was announced during that Direct that we are apparently getting serious comebacks with a whole new Marvel vs. Capcom Fighting Collection Arcade Classics.
Hell yeah, baby!
So this includes like it has like it's not just like regular fighting games like there is like the Punisher beat 'em up game in there too. But for the most part, people are most excited for the games like Marvel vs. Capcom's 1 and 2. They're going to be in this collection. No 3, unfortunately, but the first 2 are definitely going to be welcome home additions to our Switch libraries. And of course, we're going to also have Street Fighter vs. X-Men, which I have never actually even really heard that much about, so I'm interested to try it out.
Well, it's definitely a goated crossover fighting game. A lot of people really enjoy X-Men versus Street Fighter. And a lot of people also enjoyed, I believe, what was it? I'm trying to think. There's another game that was in there, and it's just the title is eluding me. But yeah, a lot of people are really excited about this. And on top of that, yes, we are getting Marvel vs. Capcom 1 and 2. A lot of people for sure definitely going to be playing 2 because even though that Marvel 1 was pretty good, Marvel 2 it's beyond a cult classic. It has such a huge following,
Dude, that
and
soundtrack alone just slaps.
oh, damn right, dude, damn right. And the fact that we are finally getting the chance to obtain Marvel 2 is just, it's beyond legendary. Like, you have no idea just how badly fans have been dying to actually have a physical copy of Marvel 2. It is just that damn good. And you know what? As someone who has played Ultimate Marvel 3 and Marvel Infinite, I am really, really excited to try out the older Marvel games. I am really excited to try those out. I'm dying to play X-Men versus Street Fighter. Definitely gonna give the Punisher a try. And, yeah, it's just, I am mind blown, by the fact that this was actually featured in a Nintendo Direct. Like,
I know, right?
that's crazy.
Like you barely ever see any Capcom stuff from the directs. Like aside from like the odd Mega Man stuff, you never expect to see fighting games in the directs.
Yep.
But here we are. we actually got some. And Wolf, I'm kind of curious. What characters are you planning to try out first when you get your hands on Marvel vs. MVC2?
Oh boy, that's gonna be tough. I know Morgan's gonna be like a go-to for me. So Morgan, and I'm thinking, you know what? I'm thinking maybe, I think Rogue is in Marvel 2, I think. So if she is, I'm probably gonna do Morgan and Rogue. Absolutely.
For me, I mean, like I've always been a diehard Spider-Man fan, so I think I'm definitely going to go Spider-Man for one of my picks. But I honestly like what I'm most interested in with Marvel 2 is definitely the original characters. There were 3 original characters. One was like this. I do not remember their names. Dude, do not ask me to say what their names are. But I will just describe them. One is like this interdimensional pirate. She's pretty cool. We have a living cactus sombrero thing. not sure what the story is there, but it's funny. And the one that I'm most looking forward to is basically she's basically known as and actually she has Capcom lore behind her. So Capcom actually had this old Journey to the West inspired game. I also can't remember the name of it off the top of my head, but it was like an old arcade classic. And apparently, the third original character for Marvel 2 is apparently the granddaughter of the Monkey King, Sun Wukong himself. So, I like as a serious Sun Wukong fan myself, I am definitely looking forward to trying her out in this fighting game. I hear she's a pretty decent character in a game that is notorious for like unbalanced characters.
That is insane! Holy cow! Good Lord Almighty!
Yeah, and of course, as I mentioned, I cannot wait to get my hands on that soundtrack. God, that soundtrack.
Oh man, like dude, I'ma just have the character select theme just like on repeat, dude. I'm gonna just have that on repeat, and just give that to me on repeat, and I'll be fine. Ask anybody, they'll tell you the same thing.
Dude, don't even worry, because like I'm pretty sure if I remember from the trailer correctly, they do have like just a jukebox.
Yes, that's right, they do.
For that, so don't even worry about starting up the game. Like you can just go into the jukebox and just listen to your heart's content.
Yeah.
It's honestly going to be a great day when we can finally get that. Unfortunately, there was no actual like specific release date said for that collection, but we do know it's definitely going to come out this year sometime. We still know when.
That's right.
When it does come, you can bet that we are definitely going to get our hands on the physical versions ASAP.
Absolutely. Or even the digital versions. We know for a fact that it's going to be coming to PlayStation 4, Switch, and it's going to be on Steam as well. So, in terms of platforms, that's what you need to know. I don't believe pre-orders have gone live yet for the digital versions. I could be wrong. But I'm pretty sure that physical pre-orders, I think those might have already gone up. I'm not too sure, but
Yeah, don't say. Okay, okay. After we're done recording this episode, I am definitely going to go out and check that because I need a physical of this. I need this, guys.
you guys have no idea how much he wants this. Probably just as
like,
much as the next
you
person. But
I'm a diehard collector of physical Nintendo games. So I am physical Switch games. I should be more specific, but anyway, like I am a diehard collector of physical games, and yeah. So I like and this is just a culmination of like all like some of the best arcade fighters ever. So. Yeah, I totally need the physical for this game.
I certainly don't blame you. But yes, Marvel vs. Capcom Fighting Collection Arcade Classics will feature 7 different games in the collection, including Marvel 1 and Marvel 2. That's going to be friggin' amazing. Looking forward to learning when the release date is going to be. Also looking forward to getting my pre-order in for this game because goddamn, it's about friggin' time that I start playing Marvel vs. Capcom games that aren't Ultimate Marvel 3 or Marvel Infinite. That's for sure. So I want to be able to experience the greatness that so many people before us have managed to experience before. So that's going to be friggin' amazing. Moving on,
anyway,
though.
yes, moving on from the classics to some more modern stuff. Wolf, I believe you said that Bandai came out with an interesting little bit of information in the form of complete character bios.
Yeah. Well, not entirely complete character bios, but we actually do get personal information for just about every character in the current Tekken 8 roster. This is including both Eddie Gordo and Lydia Sobieska. And there are actually, you know what? We do have plenty of time, so I will actually go through each of these. I'll go through each of these. There's 34 altogether so far.
Hang on.
I'm not going over everything though. Don't worry.
No. But I'm just curious because Lydia, I thought she wasn't out for another month or so.
Not yet, but it's very interesting that they actually managed to gather some information on her. This article went up about 10 days ago, actually. It went up about 10 days ago.
Tell me more about my future main lady of Poland.
Well, first, I'm gonna go down the list here. First is Elisa Boskanovic. I'm not gonna go over all the stats. But her age is unknown. Obviously, the origin we know is Russia, and her birthday falls on November 30th. So that's very interesting.
Okay, now that you say birthdays, I'm very interested to see like if any of the characters actually coincide with any of our birthdays.
You'll be surprised by how close some of them will be.
Go down the list. Keep going down the list, and let's find out.
Yep. Next up is Asuka Kazama. In Tekken 8, she is 18 years old. She hails from Japan, and her birthday is on December 5th. So that one's really cool because her birthday is actually close to one of my parents' birthdays, actually. It's very close. So that's pretty cool. Our coffee queen, Azucena, age, wow. We actually don't even have an age on her. Holy smokes. But she hails from Peru, and her birthday is June 30th. So that's a pretty good one.
That's actually pretty darn close to my sister's birthday.
Oh, wow. No way.
Yeah, my sister was born on June 27th.
That's so cool. That's amazing. Next up, we got Brian Fury, the Harbinger of Chaos. 32 years old as of Tekken 8. From the United States, and his birthday is June 8th. So that's
Brian
not bad.
is apparently right next to my dad. Then I forget my dad's exact birthday, but I know he's early June.
Oh my goodness, that's crazy, dude. That is absolutely crazy. Going back to Asuka for a minute, December 5th is when her birthday is. My dad is actually born December 9th, so Her birthday
Wow.
just falls 4 days before my dad's birthday. Next
Okay.
up is our favorite exorcist, Claudio Serafino. Also another interesting case here. An unknown age, but hails from Italy, and his birthday
Makes sense.
is May 21st.
Okay.
So that's pretty good. Don't get your hopes up too high on this one, but Devil Jin is next. Uh, only thing we know, really know about him is his age is considered infinite, which makes perfect sense.
What the wait? But hang on, isn't he just the same thing as regular Jins? Like what?
Not exactly. Not really.
I'm a little bit more confused here, Wolf. Help illuminate me on this.
I can't help you. There's literally no information aside from his age. There's literally
how is his age infinite? Like, is this going back to how like the Devil Gene is like a part of that ancient demon that spawned everything?
Is it? Your guess is as good as mine, dude. All I know is that Jin Kazama is not the same entity as Devil Jin. They are not the same entity.
Jekyll and Hyde situation. Good to know.
Pretty much. So literally nothing to report on Devil Jin there. Eddie Gordo is next. 30 years old, coming from Brazil, which makes perfect sense. And his birthday is February 20th. So that's a very interesting one. Lily is next. 17 years old, hailing from Monaco, and her birthday, this is actually very interesting for us Canadians, it falls on November 11th.
What?
Yeah, I'm
okay.
I'm just as confused as you are, but yes, Canadian Remembrance Day is also the same day as her canonical birthday. So that it's definitely odd, but not the oddest thing that we've seen so far, I'll tell you that much.
Yeah. Although I feel at this point we should just probably like replace our poppies with lilies if we're being serious Tekken fans.
You know what? Yeah, that's probably a good idea. Actually, why not just have them side by side then? At least so, we don't end up coming under fire for not wearing poppies.
Totally.
Up next is Feng Wei, 27 years old, which is absolutely crazy because the dude actually kind of looks a bit older than 27. Comes from China, and his birthday is April 14th.
Okay.
So not bad at all there. Hwarang is next, our favorite South Korean fighter, 22 years old, and his birthday falls on July 15th.
Wait, the guy's only 22?
Surprisingly, yeah.
I sworn he was older than that.
He looks a little older. I
thought late 20s at the youngest, but
honestly, I would have said like somewhere around mid 20s, so not too far off. But holy cow, 22 years old. This dude canonically is this dude is literally 1 year younger than I am, which is friggin' crazy. How hilarious. But moving on, we got Jack 8. There's actually quite a bit of information here. Unknown age, unknown origin, but the date of his creation, so to speak, is June 6th.
Okay, then.
So not, it makes sense that we don't really know his age or his origin. Makes perfect sense. I'm surprised we even managed to get like a birthday out of him. Holy cow.
Mm-hmm.
Up next though is our favorite main antagonist, Jin Kazama, 22 years old as of Tekken 8, originating from Japan, and his birthday is August 5th.
Hold on. You said Jin, right?
Yes, Jin Kazama.
You're saying the guy's only 22?
Apparently, I think he was probably when he debuted in Tekken 3, I think he might have been like maybe 16 or something. 16 or maybe 17? I don't know.
I thought the dude was like 19 or 20 by that time. when he entered the third King of Iron Fist tournament. What?
Yeah, I don't know. Lots of years go by here, man. I don't know, but apparently for Tekken 8 he is listed as 22 years old.
Okay.
Yeah, and holy crap, this dude is tall. He's friggin' 6 feet on the mark. Good God.
Wow. Okay, I thought he was shorter than that.
Yep.
6 feet in the wow.
Up next is everyone's favorite mother, who finally came back, Miss Jun Kazama.
Mama Jun!
Yep, she is twice as old as Jin. So she is 44. Comes from
what?
Yeah, she's 44.
Holy crap, she looks amazing for a 40-year-old woman.
Damn right she does. Comes from Japan.
Like when I see her, I think like early 30s at the most.
You know what? I could see that. You make a strong argument there. I definitely would have thought she could have been like in her 30s or something, but mid 40s? I mean, dude. Do you realize how many women would actually, you know what? I'm going to rescind that right now because I don't
probably a good idea.
Yeah, I'm not going to finish that. Anyways, her birthday, I'm actually really happy about this because she's born in September just like me. But she was born on September 18th. So yeah, not close enough to mine, but I'm still happy that I've got somebody who's born in September. Up next is everybody's second favorite antagonist, Kazuya Mishima. 50 years old, does not have an origin. He was originally of Japanese nationality, but has since relinquished that. And his birthday falls on November 2nd.
We were getting a lot of number birthdays so far.
Yep. After him is King 2. As we all know, the first king, King 1, passed away when they were 47, and King 2 began training at 24, pretty much like immediately after the first king passed away. And so continued on his legacy there. King 2 is 31 years old, hailing from Mexico, the birthplace of Lucha Libre, and his birthday is May 26th.
Okay.
And then after that, we now have your favorite non-human, non-machine character, Kuma. So this is
the Bears.
Yes, so this is the second Kuma. The first one unfortunately died of old age. And so what we have now is Kuma 2. They are 11 years old, no origin, and their birthday is on April 26th.
Woo! Like 4 days away from mine. Yes.
There we go.
Okay. If I have like 5 main animals that I kind of vibe with. You always know the first 3, like dragon, fox, and cat. But I also tend to also vibe with sharks and bats. I'm thinking at this point, bears gonna be coming in at number 6 for me.
Yeah, you know what? I don't blame you. You do enjoy playing Kuma quite a lot, so I don't blame you. After him is Lars Alexandersson, everyone's favorite Swedish fighter who apparently doesn't speak a lick of Swedish. I will never understand that.
And man, he's also one of your favorites.
He is one of my favorites. Yes, I don't understand how you could get someone to actually speak in French for Lily and for Victor, but not have someone speak in Swedish for Lars. I don't really get that.
Well, you know what? He was adopted into the main family bloodline.
Good point.
For Mishima, so maybe he just got adopted young, and he just didn't get the chance to practice that much.
Yeah, probably. Nonetheless, he is roughly around 29 years old. It's not exactly confirmed, nor is it denied that he's 29. It just says he's like roughly around 29. Again, comes from Sweden, and he is the second character that shares a September birthday, but it is nowhere near mine. His birthday is on September 27th.
Okay.
From there, we've got Li Chaolan, the adopted brother of Lars, and also another fan favorite of the Tekken franchise.
And of yours.
I've never really been that fond of Lee, but he's starting
Really?
to grow.
I thought you were a big Lee fan. Come on.
Not really, but he is starting to grow on me a little bit. I will admit that much. Li Chaolan, as far as Tekken 8 goes, he is 49 years old.
Whoa.
Dude
okay.
looks incredible for 49.
Dude does not look a day over 25. Let's be honest.
Right? Like he actually looks really good for 49. And you know what?
If anyone's gonna be immoral in this game, it's gotta be him.
Well, I mean, I should also back up a second to Kazuya. Despite his rugged appearance, he actually does look pretty good for being 50. He does actually look good for 50.
He's decent, but I would definitely peg him as like late 40s.
Yeah, that's fair. But yeah, Lee, 49 years old, hailing from Japan, and his birthday is August 8th.
Okay.
So that's going to be an interesting one. Next up on the list is Leo. Our
favorite non-binary fighter.
Yes, and also the only German character in the franchise as well. Very, very interesting there.
Yeah, that's right.
Yep, the only German character in the game. Leo is 20 years old. Obviously, comes from Germany, and their birthday is March 5th. So that's pretty cool. That's cool.
Okay.
Next up, we've got our favorite Wing Chun fighter, Leroy Smith.
Boo.
Oh man, come on! Don't be hating on Leroy. Come on. Then proceeds to boo louder. Nonetheless, surprisingly, we actually don't know Leroy's age. That's very interesting. I'm surprised we don't know his age. Comes from the United States, and his birthday is May 16th. So smack dab in the middle of May. That's not too bad. And then, yes, we get to, my god, the DLC character that stole my heart from Tekken 7, Lydia Sobieska, is next up on the list. Our favorite Polish Prime Minister.
Yes.
It's very interesting because it says here that she became the Prime Minister at 29, but her current age is actually unknown. It's kind of weird.
That's a bit of a nebulous conundrum.
Yes.
I'm not gonna lie.
But we do know her birthday, and her birthday is December 3rd. So she also shares our birthday with my dad, being the difference being 6 days. So that's pretty
I gotta
cool.
say, I'm just gonna say this, like she obviously became Prime Minister at 29, so she's obviously older than that right now. But honestly, she looks like she's in like early 20s. Like she looks good for her age.
She does, absolutely. I don't know what exactly her routine is, but she looks really damn good.
Regular exercise, and lots of katas.
That's a good point. Plus, she is a karate practitioner, so I mean, there's that too.
That's what I'm saying. Lots of katas.
There you go. After her, it is Ling Xiaoyu. She is 19 years old as of Tekken 8. Hails from China.
You know what? I actually thought she was like older teens, and okay, I actually get one right for close for once.
Yep. She was definitely a teenager in previous games. I would say like pretty much around the same age range as Jin in previous entries. But yes, now she is 19 in Tekken 8, hails from China, and her birthday is April 7th.
Okay.
So not bad there.
So on the other end of April for me, basically.
Yeah, essentially. Martial Law is next, and you're going to be hella surprised with this one. He is also 49 years old. How the
I see it,
heck?
honestly.
How the heck is this guy 49 years old?
I mean, like if I had to go off of the appearance of him in T8, I would say like late 30s, early 40s.
Yeah, I could see that. I always kind of guessed that he was like roughly in around like his mid 30s or something. But damn, 49. He looks real damn good. I would say he's on par with Lee, I'll tell you that.
By far, and the fact that he's still so ripped at that age, like
Right?
impressive.
Like, dude, this guy's practically giving like he's pretty much giving Heihachi Mishima a run for his money.
Definitely.
Like, that's crazy.
Assuming Heihachi is still alive. Like, again,
Well,
we don't know that for sure. So.
Yeah, we can only speculate, but nonetheless, 49 years old, hails from the United States, and this is now the third character that shares a birthday in September. He is born September 10th.
Ooh. And Wolf, isn't yours September 1st?
Yes, mine is September 1st, so a 9-day difference between myself and martial law. That is pretty freaking awesome. That is amazing.
Cool. All right, who's next?
From there, we get to our favorite cold-blooded Irish assassin who does not speak with an Irish accent, Nina Williams.
Wait, Nina's Irish?
Yes, she is Irish. You wouldn't know it, but yeah, apparently she and Anna, yeah, they're Irish.
I thought they were American.
Not really, no.
Irish, really? That's actually very interesting.
Yes, they're both Irish. Nina is 44 years old. The reason she looks like that though is because for like a good portion of her life she was put into cryosleep, thanks to Heihachi and some of his twisted schemes. So yeah, despite Nina being twice the age she actually looks, yeah, she looks
got that
really
Captain
damn
America
good.
treatment, basically.
Pretty much, yeah. Originally from Ireland, and her birthday is July 25th.
Okay then.
Now, this next one I am super happy about. It is none other than Panda.
Okay.
It is none other than Panda. She is 10 years old. No origin, but it was.
But we can probably guess China.
Yeah, it used to be China. When you go back and look at her bio in Tekken 5, it does list China. So there's that. And the reason I'm really happy about this, her birthday is October 28th, which is the exact same day of my mom's birthday.
Oh, wow.
So I am super, super happy about Panda. That is freaking amazing.
Dude, if you ever convince your mom to play T8, definitely have her play Panda.
Oh, absolutely. I'm gonna make sure of that. After Panda, it is the strongest in the universe, Paul Phoenix.
Okay, what's this American god on? I'm actually no. Wait, let me guess. I'm gonna guess that he is. I'm not gonna get an exact age, but I'm going to guess late 40s.
Actually, yeah, right in that range, late 40s. Yeah. Want to take a gander at specifically what age?
I'm gonna take a shot in the dark and say 48.
So close. So close. Once again, this is probably the third or fourth fighter now. He is also he is also 49 years old. But here's the thing: out of everyone who's 49, he's the only character that actually looks like he's 49.
Still ripped as hell though. But yeah, he definitely does look his age.
Yep. So 49 years old for Paul Phoenix from the United States, and his birthday falls on April 3rd.
Okay, another April baby. Gotcha.
Yep. From there, we've got Raven. We do not know his age nor his origin, but his
Makes
birthday.
Sense, ninja.
Yep. But his birthday is July 11th.
Okay, it's interesting to me that like ninjas, like typically you don't know anything about them because secrecy, duh.
Yeah.
So it's interesting to me that we do not have his age nor his origins, but we somehow have his birthday.
It is very interesting, absolutely.
I find that odd. Like if Bandai was going to go for complete thematics, like I would have kept that blank as well.
Yeah, and I mean, on top of that, like Raven's a mainstay. I believe he debuted back in, I think it was either Tekken 4 or Tekken 5. But
didn't we go through like a couple Ravens? Like, wasn't there like also a female Raven at one point?
There was also a female Raven, but that was only for Tekken 7. That was only for the 7th game. All the other appearances, it's been the male Raven. And then next one, it is finally your time to shine. The ball of purple lightning, Miss Reina Mishima.
Reina. Okay, hang on. Let me guess. Let me guess. Okay, obviously she's got to be coming from Japan, and I'm going to say her age is. Let's see, she's young, but but she's a Heihachi baby. I'm gonna guess. I'm gonna say 26.
No and no.
Explain. Explain this.
It doesn't give her age, nor does it give her origin. It doesn't give either one here.
That's bullshit right there.
However, we do have her birthday, and it is October 13th. So, I mean, it's technically a plus. I mean, we've got something.
Something, but October 13th, like, is there anything really special about October 13th? I feel like her birthday should have had a lot more significance there.
I don't know. For all I know, that day could have been a Friday. For all I know.
Okay then.
Okay. Yeah. Next up we've got our mute Russian Sergei Dragunov. 27 years old.
From Russia,
but, this dude is 27.
Age-wise,
how the
27 really?
How the heck is he 27? If you look at his face, he looks like he's
older than 27.
That's exactly what I was about to say. He looks so much older than that.
I was gonna guess like early 40s.
I would have guessed like maybe like 38 or 39. I absolutely would have guessed that, but apparently he's 27.
How is the man? No. This.
I don't
stress. I'm guessing all the stress in his life from being mute. That's what causes all his wrinkles.
Well, I mean, shell shock is a thing, so I don't blame you for coming up with that one. Nonetheless, yes, he is from Russia. His birthday is May 11th.
Okay, then.
So not too shabby there. After him is Shaheen, a character who debuted in Tekken 7. Unknown age, but hails from Saudi Arabia, and his birthday falls on November 19th.
Another November baby.
Yes, another November baby, and at the same time, another character that we don't know their age for.
Okay, Bandai, what is the point of giving us all these character bios if you don't give us their actual bio information like that?
I don't freaking know, dude. I don't know. Like, for some of these, it makes sense, but like that's probably almost like a third of the roster that has like, well, maybe not almost a third. That's probably stretching it a bit, but
no. I'd say at least a quarter. At least a quarter of the roster. Yeah. We have no origins and no age. I am still trying to figure out what the heck is going on with Devil Jin's like immortality bullshit.
Well, I mean, it's Devil Jin. Like you're not going to get too much out of it, unfortunately. But nonetheless, Shaheen, don't know his age, but he's from Saudi Arabia. His birthday's November 19th. After him is everybody's favorite boxer and also the biological son of Nina Williams, Steve Fox. So, Steve, he is 22 years old. Again, another character who is 1 year younger than I am. Hails from the United Kingdom, and his birthday is April 10th.
So, hang on. So, like, do they just say UK, or do they actually specify, like, Ireland or Britain?
No, they just said United Kingdom.
Interesting.
But it's insinuated that he's from Britain.
Yeah, because he definitely has that Cockney accent.
Yeah, and I mean, on top of that, he's got some gear that, you know, has the Union Jack on it, so...
True.
You know, there's that as well. So,
yep, he's going all Queen country.
There you go. Our third to last one, our final one of the newcomers in Tekken 8, Monsieur Victor Chevalier.
Okay. Like obviously he's French, and age-wise, I mean, like he's definitely a silver fox for sure, or like with that silver ass bane of his. I'm gonna guess. I'm just gonna take a shot in the dark. Like, granted, like he could be younger than he looks, but I'm still going to say probably at least in his 5th decade, maybe 6th decade. So I'm gonna take a shot in the dark and say 52.
I hate to disappoint again.
I just suck at determining ages of people.
No, it's not because of that. It's because, again, his age is unknown.
God freaking Bandai, why? Bandai, what? Why? Why Bandai?
Well, for what it's worth, though, we literally have everything else about him. It's just his age that we don't know. Obviously, he's from France. Obviously, he's from France. His birthday is November 23rd.
Again? No, what is with all the November babies?
I don't know. I don't know. Apparently, that seems to be a really popular month for Tekken babies. It's very interesting. Our second to last character is Yoshimitsu, our mechanized space ninja. And
is that actually how he's described? I've never heard him described as a space ninja.
Yep, he's basically described as a mechanized space ninja. And
okay.
so
I'm gonna guess just from his bio that he's probably unknown age, unknown origins, probably no birthday to begin with.
Not quite. His age is unknown, but he was formerly classified as being from Japan. So as of Tekken 8, he does not have an origin. So it kind of sounds like it could be a deal like with Kazuya, where he might have relinquished his Japanese nationality. But we actually do have a birthday for him, and you're going to love this. You are really going to love this. His birthday is April 29th.
No fucking way.
Yup.
No, fucking, no! I was 1 day away. If I had been born like a couple hours earlier, I would have actually shared a birthday with a Tekken 8 character. God. No!
Oh gosh. Oh god.
Okay, is Shimizu the last on the list?
Nope, we got one more. One more, so that just leaves Zafina.
I forgot about her.
Yep.
Okay. What? Actually, I'm not even sure what her nationality is. What's her nationality?
I can't give you an answer on that because her origin is unknown.
God, freaking Bandai! Why?
However, she is 24 years old, which is interesting because she kind of looks like she could be more of like into her late 20s. Probably her early 30s at most.
Yeah, that's kind of where I was going, but wow, okay. Apparently she is rocking early 20s. Good to know. Okay, well, what about birthday?
Her birthday is February 7th.
All right.
So that is all of the birthdays, ages, and origins of
seriously, Bandai,
all of our Tekken 8 characters so far.
I do not compute. I do not compute this.
Yeah, it's weird. I don't really know why, but it is
also,
what it
what's
is.
January? We had nothing for January. Like come on, Bandai, give January some love. It is so underappreciated.
Yeah.
Like
Absolutely.
Pharaoh knows what I'm talking about, right? Pharaoh, like your birthday's in January.
Yep, his birthday is definitely towards the end of January. Um, but yeah, that's pretty much everybody up until Lydia. So chances are that that'll probably end up getting updated as more characters come out.
Right.
And anyways, as far as time goes, I think we spent maybe a little too much time on that. We are running a bit low on time. I did have an excellent discussion topic, but something tells me that's gonna have to wait for next episode.
Well, to
So,
be fair, our punch in the past was kind of
oh
like no
shit,
offense,
that's right. Yup.
no offense to Pharaoh, but it was kind of a pretty common pick for a game. So we can probably leave that for next week.
Yeah, good
But
point.
yeah, Wolf, let's go here with your discussion topic. So you had ways to win in a match. So that
Yes, that's
is
correct.
KO versus timeout versus ring out.
Yes, that's right. So, obviously, like, everyone knows that fighting games are most commonly associated with a knockout win, a KO. But, another thing that we don't really see too much of is time up finishes. So, obviously, you know, running the clock down to zero.
Now here's the thing.
Yeah,
I know some people might say that that is a coward's strategy, but
not
I'd say
really.
it's legitimate. I would say it's legitimate.
Yep.
I would say it's a legit strategy and it's totally valid to use. The one method of victory I will say is absolute BS. Unless you are surrounded by a pit of spikes or like a bottomless pit, is the ring out feature. Like I do not get like the whole point of a fighting game is to keep wailing on each other until one guy's left standing or you run out of time. So
Exactly.
why like unless there's actually there's actually like deadly stakes to falling off the ring, like why is ring out such a big deal? I honestly I never understood that with Soul with the Soul Calibur games. Like that made no sense to me.
Yep, and not only that, but like it's even happened like long before Soul Calibur. I think Virtua Fighter was one of the first fighting
Oh
games to
yeah, I
introduce
forgot about
that.
that. Yeah, Virtual Fighter definitely had Ring Out too, and even the Bukai Tenkaichi series from Dragon Ball. Apparently, in the Bukai games, there was the World Tournament stage, which also had Ring Out properties.
Yeah, it's a strange way to win a match, and like normally like whenever I've played Soul Calibur, like 9 times out of 10, my matches will end with a KO. They rarely ever end with a ring out. Um, but it's like, yeah, that one has always kind of confused me a little bit. Time up, I absolutely understand because, like, especially if you're fighting against a really good player and you're both using like top tier characters, like essentially it's going to be a war of attrition for crying out loud, and
Yeah.
that
Sometimes you
war
just got to
could
resort
last as long
to
as the
salt.
timer.
Yeah, sometimes you just gotta go ahead and resort to stall tactics. That's kind of what you gotta do sometimes. But yeah,
Exactly.
like that KO is obviously the most profound and the most used victory scenario. But yeah, ring out I do not understand. But then that also brings me to the question: what other victory conditions could we think of?
That is very true. Honestly, I can't really think of much. Outside of like the traditional stuff, the KO, time up, the occasional ring out. I can't really think of anything, to be honest with you.
Honestly, the only
Um,
thing I can think of right now is like, say, if you have like your health bar, but you also have like a stamina bar that kind of shows like how energized your fighter is. So even if they had a full health, if they're like down on stamina, then they might just not be able to fight anymore.
oh
So
yeah, possibly. Yeah,
so victory by exhaustion could also be a thing, I guess.
that could work. Yeah. I would
An
say
idea from
maybe
that from Smash Brothers because they do have the stamina battle and all that.
that's
Oh
right.
yeah,
Yes.
although that does kind of it is kind of similar to just regular like health bar though.
Yeah, that is true.
It's just in percentages, and yeah, I guess that also brings up Smash Bros. As also another ring out thing. Although I will say, platform fighters, I think are a whole different beast as far as like victory conditions.
Yeah,
I'd say platform fighters ring out totally legitimate.
Oh yeah, definitely. No questions asked on that one.
Yeah, but with 2D fighters, ring out is stupid. Honestly, in my opinion, ring out is just dumb. It's a dumb mechanic. Like it barely ever gets used in the first place. So why even have it?
Well, on top of that, there's also like the accidental ring outs. There's also that as well. Like you might decide to take a back jump, and then next thing you know, you don't calculate it properly, and you basically just sacrificed a round to your opponent, or perhaps even sacrificed the match.
Like I can understand. Like I can understand if like the setting for the fighting game was like in an actual tournament space where ring outs made sense, but in like the bout the bout to the death kind of fighting games that we're used to seeing, just does not make a lick of sense to me.
Yeah, it doesn't work at all, dude. It really does not. And I guess in hindsight, it's a good thing that not as many well-known games incorporate this kind of feature. Like, again, in terms of well-known fighting games, off the top of my head, all I know is Soul Calibur and Virtua Fighter that have implemented this. But I do know, like, a lot of lower-tier games that aren't really quite as well-known do have something like that. But, yeah, it's just straight up, it is one of the weirdest methods of victory that I've ever seen. And again, it's not always gonna, I think it'll rarely ever work out in your favor because, again, like it'll work if you manage to pressure your opponent to the point where they end up falling off the stage. But at the same time, as I mentioned before, there can be accidental ring outs as well, and those can be very costly.
Yeah, plus, if you are trying to go for a ring out victory, then you become way more predictable.
Exactly, and that could further convince your opponent to pressure you into pushing you back and off the stage. So definitely a lot of mistakes can come from that. Way more like just the payoff is just it's not worth it essentially.
Yeah,
it's really not worth it.
I will say that if there's one victory condition I would love to see in fighting games, it would be like a 1v1 versus on the Street Fighter car levels.
Yeah, that I could definitely see. Like that would definitely be an exception.
Honestly, if Capcom actually implemented that as like a fun little versus mode where you could actually try to see who can beat the car the fastest or who can rack up the most points or damage, I would honestly be fine with that.
Yeah, same here. And I mean, plus it'll give players a bit of a break from the usual grind, enjoy something a little more fun, a little more interesting.
Indeed. Oh, that actually reminds me, one thing we absolutely forgot for some reason was Tekken Ball.
Oh shoot, that's right. Yeah.
We honestly forgot about the
the use of objects. Yeah.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Oh my god!
How can we forget the age old sport of Tekken Ball, where two people just try to use their attacks to bounce a ball onto the opposite side?
True, but then there's the problem. Like at the end of the day, it's still classified as a KO. But I think that could be like a subgenre of KO, so to speak.
Definitely. Yeah. It's definitely a subgenre.
Definitely, and I guess one more to quickly wrap this up is victory by submission. This is
where's that move aside from wrestling games because I assume that's where you're drawing from. Well,
yes, that
where
is.
where else is that even gonna show up in?
Really nothing else, to be honest. And mainly this stems from the wrestling video games, which still technically are classified as fighting games, but like that's the only other thing that I can come up with. And yeah, that's basically it. Victory by submission. I guess that's kind of like the only other thing that I can really come up with. I think we're actually gonna have to leave my dream roster out until the next episode because we are running very, very low on time. We're just about out of time.
We can still say what we would have for Dream Monsters. We just don't explain it at all, and we save the explanations for next episode. So Wolf,
okay,
just tell us your. Wolf, just tell us your basic idea.
Okay, so my basic idea, 2D fighter involving modes of transportation. So I'm talking cars, I'm talking buses, I'm talking bikes, I'm talking trains, I'm talking motorcycles. Maybe not aerial transportation because that'd be a bit too broken. But yeah, definitely your typical stuff.
Okay. Pharaoh, I forget. Did you have a Dream Roster?
I might change it because I don't think what I have is a very ideal or even
just go with
idea.
It. Just go with it.
Shoot, what was it?
Dream Resolutions, I think.
I think so. What was it? What was I gonna do with that?
Anyway, we're gonna explain it more next episode, so you can just kind of keep yours and think about it for another week. Mine for this week was going to be A's and A's sitcoms. So we're talking Friends, Golden Girls, Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, all that good stuff.
That's friggin' awesome.
That's mine. Obviously there's a huge roster that can be caught from that. And I would love to see that happen. So we will explain those more in the next episode when we have more time. Obviously, we got a little carried away with the T8 bios, but we hopefully shouldn't have any long-running news segments like that next time. So,
absolutely. And don't forget, coming up this weekend is CEO 24. Live from Daytona Beach, Florida. We will be covering that. So expect plenty of tournament coverage on the next episode we record. We will also make sure to include our Punch to the Past, which was originally scheduled for this episode, but due to time constraints, will be expanded upon next episode. So with that said, thank you very much for listening. Always appreciate the support. And with that said, on behalf of Canine Calamity, this is Wolfpack signing off.
This is Shamar leaving the dojo.
With that, stay safe, stay hydrated, stay cool, and most importantly, fight on.
Fight on.
We'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.